We're recording, we're live. Hello and welcome. My name is Jared and this is Does This Work, a comedy podcast where I'm talking to comedians at every level, and my guest today is a Brazilian-born brilliant comedian who's a Perth local favourite who performs all over the place. He MCs and he's usually followed by a harem of women.
That's a good one.
Bruno Oliveira. Oliveira?
Yes, Oliveira.
Oh, good. I'm glad I got that right.
Yeah, I just got to correct like one thing that he said. Not Brazilian born.
You're not Brazilian born.
Not Brazilian born.
I'm going to start that again.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it again.
East Frio born.
East Frio born. I had searched you up and everything. You know, I'll leave it in just so you can see how bad Google searches are. And I searched it up and it was like Brazilian born Bruno Oliveira is a Perth comedian. That's
Well, I'm online.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, I think like someone else read a Wikipedia about me as a around. You know what I mean? I'm like, I didn't know you could just make one.
Yeah, it's Xavier.
Yeah. Well, East Frio born.
East Frio born, not Brazilian. Brazilian background?
No,
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have a UFC name.
Yeah.
But it's so like my parents like they're from Portugal, so
right.
They're actually from like we're from my parents from an island of Portugal, which is called Madeira. So it's not like mainland Portugal. It's the same island where Cristiano Ronaldo's from.
Right.
So
shame. That's like
Jared,
I really should do my look. My wife told me, make sure you message these guys and ask them like if this is true. I was like,
yeah, no shit.
It's Google.
Yeah. Well, it turns out Jared doesn't know me that well. You know what I mean?
Well, I was looking up. I was looking up like Bruno, and it came up with a bunch of stuff about Brazilian born. He was like,
what the?
Yeah. I have to find the Google search and give it to you because it's
send it to me, man, because I want to have a laugh.
Well, I'd searched up Sean Conway, and it came up with that he opened for Jim Jeffries, and he's like, no, I didn't.
Well, at least he's honest. Because there's so many people that are like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. He's like, I met him at a meet and greet. I was like, God damn it.
No, that's close enough to opening.
Yeah, that's it. That's about how much Perth comedians will claim something.
Oh yeah, bro, 100%.
Yeah, I supported Jim Jeffries by going to his show.
Yeah, legit. Yeah. You want to support ACT, bro.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here. No matter where you're from, it's good. East Frio born.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, man. First question off the bat, which I ask everyone, is why comedy?
Why comedy? Well, I've always thought that I was a funny and always like the funny one in the group. And I was like, the way I got into it though was actually like pretty random. Like I've always enjoyed stand up, but I've never saw stand up when I was growing up and was like, I want to do this because I was just a genuine fan. I used to download clips off LimeWire of like my favorite comics and shit. Yeah, everybody did. You know
Chorizo.
Everything, bro. You know what I mean? And I was just a genuine fan, and I was doing this thing off like Snapchat, and Snapchat when it first came out, it could do compilation videos, but it had like a slight like a millisecond gap where it would transition to the next slide. Yeah. And I used to do this like Snapchat like rants and shit, and I was just doing dumb shit, weird little skits and all that. And I got a little bit of traction off Snapchat, and then I started to upload it from Snapchat like to Facebook. And I don't think Instagram was out then at that point. And
wait, Snapchat was before Instagram?
I think it was, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure. Or like Instagram would have came out like around about the same time I was using Snapchat.
Right.
At that point, not a lot of people I knew even had Instagram. Like it was out, but no one really was using it.
Like
as
they
much.
do today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like people use Instagram more than Facebook now. Like the younger generations, you know. And I was uploading it on Facebook, and because I used to do boxing, after like a year or two of like doing it, posting it on Facebook, my old boxing coach, he sent me a message and like private one. He was like, oh, hey, funny man, have you ever thought about doing stand up? And I'm like, actually, because of these videos, I have been thinking about it lately. You know, he goes, I actually know someone in Perth that does it. If you want, I can forward you like details. I was like, what the fuck? There's stand up in Perth? Well, I had no idea, you know, because it's Perth, you know. And I was like, yeah, bro, sweet. And he forwarded me like to this dude, American dude that was living in Perth at the time. And he's like, hey man, I heard that you want to do stand up, you know, this and that. I was like, yeah. He goes, hey, come down to Moondine Joe's. I think it was on a Wednesday or something. And he's like, yeah, man, come through, do a set. And I was like, no, like, I just want to come have a look.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, you just come down, do a set. And I'm like, no,
You just
no, listen.
spectate.
Yeah, I just want to have a look first. And he's like, yeah, man, come do a set. And I'm like, he's fucking cunt, you know what I mean? He's not listening to what I'm saying. So I'm preparing myself. I'm like, I'm doing a set. And then I get there and I see my name on the board. And he goes, hey, man, I got you in second half. I was like, what the fuck, cunt?
So you had nothing prepared?
Like, I had an idea
Yeah.
of what I was going to do because I'm thinking, I don't know if this guy's retarded or anything like that. Like, he didn't hear what I was saying.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck. And because it was my first ever gig and I saw my name, I'm like, doesn't look like my name's been rubbed off. So I'm like, fuck it, this is my first ever gig. And this is back in 2016. And I think I had like 6 double shots of Jacks and got up there. And because I was like so nervous, the alcohol didn't hit me. And I got a few laughs. It was still a set.
Yeah.
But I had a few laughs, and that was like the most ecstatic feeling I've ever felt. And as soon as the nerves came down after I got off, that's when the alcohol hit me.
Man, that's so funny. I think it was like Sean Conway said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
He reckons he had like 6 jugs.
Yeah, right.
And then he was on stage and the adrenaline was so much that he didn't feel, and then it all hit him afterwards.
Yeah, right.
It's funny how common that is.
Yeah, right.
And the night of the gig, I had 5 or 6 jugs, and the adrenaline was that intense that like I wasn't drunk. I was still like stone cold sober. Went up there, did fine, caught like the bug. I was like, man, I could do that forever. And then got off stage, and then 6 jugs of beer hit me. So
immediately.
I had to drive home.
Yeah.
Which was, I never want to do again. But so that was back in 2016, and then like ever since that, I've just been like, I sort of like fell in love with it. You know
that's
what I mean?
cool. And I think a lot of it's similarities to some of the other comedians I've talked to, where it's like you do well enough that first one that you're like, all right, let's do this again.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where it kind of feels like it's a job that's never done. You know what I mean? Stand-up comedy is like so many other things. It's like you finish the end of the workday and you put a bow on it and that day was done. But like a joke's never really finished. Like a set's never really complete. You can always tinker with it and figure things out. So it always feels like you've got more to give. Got like because there's a reaction that you want from the crowd, and and there's the people that have been doing it for decades, Seinfeld and stuff, that it's polished syllable by syllable. They get up and do the same set, but I love playing with, even if it's word for word, playing with the inflections and pauses and just seeing what elicits a response from the audience from this one to the last one. So it's cool that you did so well did well enough that your first one that it kept going, because there's a flip side of that story where like you get 0 laughs and you go home and you're like, well, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, and I actually give credit to the people that that don't do that well, and they're like, nah, I want to see this through. And I'm like, man, it takes balls. Yeah. And a lot of people criticize them. They're like, oh, fuck, if I was that bad, I would quit. But it's just like, actually, they got tenacity. And I feel like that's something that's so needed for an industry like this, because, like, I feel like there's a lot of people that are quite talented at first. And not at first, like there's been people that I've seen that have had, like, it's their first few months or something, right? And you're like, how long has this guy been doing it for? And you're like, man, this guy's really good for someone that early. But they don't have the tenacity as someone that starts off completely unfunny for a long time. Like, they'll get to a point where they're like, and they're killing it. Like, they'll get to like 2-3 years in, killing it, and then be like, nah, like, I want to take a break. I don't want to do this anymore. But it's like if you look at where they are with talent, as well as like how good they are in like when they're doing stand up versus someone that's terrible for a long time, the people that are terrible for a long time have way more of a tenacity to actually get to the point of not just being funny, but keep going. I feel like people that do have a lot of talent don't really have, not saying all, but there's quite a few that I've seen that don't really have the tenacity to keep going. It's almost like they already had a leg up because they're already funny. Yeah. As like you were saying before, like about the whole evolution of a joke. Yeah. Like you sort of do it so much. Like I used to think that doing a joke so much would lose its like creativeness about it, and it will get stale and dull. But I feel like now that I'm like so many years in, I'm actually starting to understand, like saying it over and over and over and over again, like as many times as you can to like have a good set and shit like that. you actually start to be like, oh, fuck, like as you're saying the joke, like, oh, fuck, I can add this tag, or maybe I can go this way because you say it so much.
Yeah.
And people think after they do a joke, like, the joke's done, but it never really is. It just keeps, like, you can add a pause in there, a facial expression, doesn't have to be an actual tag. Like, I feel like even facial expressions and, like, your reaction to is almost like a tag.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like words per se, but it's just like, I feel like jokes always evolve.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're never done.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, then you could always, and they could be done. You could just decide this is how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But like, it's fun. The fun part for me is sort of keep going with it. And so like some of the stuff that I found myself doing it, the inflection was the same every time. It was getting the right reaction every time. And then I started to sort of play around, for some reason on stage, started to play around with just the timing of it and the inflections and seeing if it gets even more or less or whatever. And I think that is the fun part about trying it out.
100%.
Yeah. All right. First question after that is, did you start comedy in Brazil or?
You can scratch that question. Actually, to answer that question, even not to answer that question, to rephrase that question, I am doing a set though in Spanish in a month.
Hell yeah! Well, with Jethro.
Jethro, yeah. So Jethro, shout out to Jethro. He's having a show. He's doing an hour of Spanish stand up, and Xavier was gonna open for him to do a set in Spanish. And I was talking to Xavier about it, and I was like, man, that'll be hilarious, man. Like you speaking Spanish to someone that looks Mexican, and like a dark Mexican. And he's like, bro, you too. Actually, man, like, bro, you should do a set as well. And I was
How
like,
much do you speak?
To be honest, man, I understand.
Mucho.
Well, like the crazy part is that I have family in Venezuela, right?
Yeah. And
their parents are Portuguese, and like my mum's side, like my cousins, so my cousins' mums, I have like quite a few cousins there, and their mums are like my mum's sisters. So every time they get together, they're talking in Portuguese and stuff. So my cousins understand a lot of Portuguese. And when I caught up with my cousin I have one in Miami as well as one like a few in mainland Portugal. Every time I catch up with them, I speak to them in Portuguese and they respond to me in Spanish. It's the weirdest thing.
Because it's like they know what you're trying to say. They don't speak Spanish. Yeah. And that's why I was learning Spanish. I was nearly fluent. I fell off a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was doing these like lessons by language group called Pimsleur, which is great. Audiobooks.
Oh, right.
Audio lessons, it's like 30 minutes to 40 minutes a lesson. There's 5 sections and each section has 30 lessons.
Oh, shit.
So I got through the first 4.5. I'm section 5. I get like right in the halfway through. I'm about to become technically fluent. And then I just stopped.
Like the final stage.
Yeah, I just stopped. And then so I went back and started learning them again. And I'm at the 4th stage now, and I haven't done a lesson in a couple of weeks.
True.
So I know like suficiente.
Suficiente. Yo hablo un poquito español, pero entiendo más que yo puedo hablar.
Say it again slow. I understood all those words. I understood them all.
Hey, I don't know if this is right by grammar.
Say it
you know
again.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo hablo un poquito español.
I speak a little Spanish, but
yo entiendo más que yo puedo hablar.
But I understand more than I speak. Yeah.
So like, but see these like I pretty much Google translated most of like pretty much just about all the set in Spanish. And I sent it to my cousin in Portugal, and I was like, "Hey, look, man, I'm doing this set in Spanish, but I'm talking to him in Portuguese."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm doing this whole set in Spanish, and I need your help, man, because you know, on the show, the main dude is Chilean. The other dude, he's doing a Mexican accent, and I want to do the Venezuelan accent, and I also want to have Venezuelan slang in my set. You know what I mean? He goes, "All right, okay." All right, sweet. I'll do it. And he's like, when it's ready, send it to me. I was like, sweet. And I just sent it to him. And I'm like, look, I need you to get back at me ASAP. I need to start rehearsing this shit. You know what I mean? He goes, no, wait, by Monday, it'll be done. Like, I promise you that. I was like, okay, sweet. So I'm just going to wait on the set. Because, he's going to edit the whole thing for me. And, like, as soon as I told him, I was like, hey, look, I got this from Google Translator. He goes, I can tell. And I was like, oh, my Spanish is that bad.
Well,
So
like,
there we go.
I had one Spanish guy who worked when I was playing a gig at an Italian restaurant. There was a Spanish waiter who was like in charge of the pizza oven.
Yeah,
And I would
right.
chat to him when I was really learning it. I was like nearly fluent. And it's like, I'm speaking slowly, as I
Yeah,
said.
of course. Yeah.
But he was like, why is your accent so good?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's like the pronunciation and the accent is pretty like spot on. And I was like, it's because I'm imitating the audiobooks. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to do like Duolingo and it's all robotic.
Yeah.
But to repeat it how they say it,
What accent was it, by the way, from like the lessons that you were learning? What accent were they speaking?
what
Or do you
region?
know?
It was Spanish accent, and it was like
From Spain?
from Spain. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that accent.
You
eh?
don't? Yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
It just sounds like they're like, necesitas. Like, I hate it, bro. I hate the lisp.
The
I
lisp
can't
gets me, yeah.
stand it, bro.
Necesitas.
Oh, I can't. Just
It's
like,
bueno estar aquí
you know what I mean?
con mi amigo Bruno.
Right, it's like, oh, I can't. I have a big family.
Yeah.
I got cousins in Tenerife, like the
Yeah.
Canary Islands,
Yeah.
like off Spain, and just hearing their accent, I'm just like grip my teeth.
Yeah.
I'm like, I fucking hate this accent. It's a beautiful place. Just don't talk to me in Spanish. Like,
Because you don't do that in English. You're like, this is a beautiful place. Unless you're Mike Tyson.
that's so yeah. But you know what I mean? It's just like I don't understand how the whole country has a list.
Yeah.
Like the whole country.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I know there's a story behind it because
Apparently the king.
oh right. I guess I did I think I did look at that. But it's weird because like the audiobooks, they'll be like necesitas, you know, like
Oh,
they'll-
okay, right.
yeah, and then they're like but then when they say it, there's like an American English guy saying necesitas, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then a Spanish person will be like necesitas, you know, and you're like, what? Rewind.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was doing a lesson a day, sometimes 2 lessons a day on the way home
That's nice.
from work, and then like to work, and then I was getting pretty. But then no one to speak with.
I
You
know.
know? So then I would go to this Italian restaurant and speak to my Spanish friend. Shout out, I don't even know your name.
Can't shout out.
Yeah,
Anyway.
It's Julio's restaurant.
Of course.
Yeah, Italian. Yeah. Well, is Italian Julio's?
Julio's is more Spanish.
Spanish.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Julio's is an Italian restaurant called Julio's, run by Spanish guys.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So who
I mean,
knows?
could be.
Yeah. Anyway, he was great. He was I'd chat to him, and they'd be like, I'd just talk to him on the microphone while I'm in the middle of songs.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, estás aquí. Yeah, estás bueno.
Well, I was sort of I fell off quite a bit when I was trying to learn Japanese, right? And it's pretty overwhelming, like the language, because like the structure of the language is quite simple, but I still don't know how to construct it, even though I know the order. Like that's the weird thing. Like they have the verb at the end, like that.
Yeah.
And like I know because they have 3 alphabets, like hiragana, katakana, and then there's kanji. And kanji is like the complicated fucking symbols and shit. And I know hiragana. I got most of katakana, but then there's the kanji, and I barely know one. And I was like doing lessons like every week and shit like that. And I went to this. I found out in Perth that they did this Japanese speaking event, and I was like, "Oh, this would be a good place to like meet some Japanese people,
Yeah.
so I can like practice my Japanese, become friends with them, and you know." And then I get there, and I just pretty much forgot everything, and like, cause I'm just like now I'm on the spot. Everybody's talking, and I'm like, Shushinwa? Like, where you from? And like, as soon as I said Japan, I was like, obviously, but I don't know how to go where about, you know what I mean? So I just look like a dickhead.
Well, it's the same when I supposed to speak to Jethro. I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm gonna like just rattle left.
Yeah.
And he talks like that to me. I'm like, slow it down, slow it way down.
But bro, get this though. Like, I don't know if you knew this. I was telling my cousin in Miami about this, right? Because even like when my cousin talks to me, obviously like he knows I'm not a native I'm not a native Spanish speaker. So even when we speak to each other, even when I speak Portuguese like to him, I also slow down. And so we just looked like 2 slow talking to each other. And then I was telling him because I saw Jethro's show in Leaderville. I think the first time he done it, it was sometime last year, and I understand a bit of Spanish. I'm not gonna say I understand fluently, but I can pick up what what most. I'll get the gist of the conversation, you know. And I'm watching his show and I'm like, why the fuck don't I understand shit? Like, the only thing I understood was like air, transperth, like all the English words in his accent, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I was talking to my cousin about it, and he's like Venezuelan. And I was telling him, I was like, fuck, man, like, bro, I seen this show in Perth, and this, because obviously I'm talking, you understand a little bit, and I didn't understand a word he was saying. And he goes, where was he from? I said, Chile. And he goes, of course. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, I don't understand like Chilean Spanish. I was like, what? Yeah, but you're Venezuelan. He goes, they don't speak Spanish, I swear to God. And he was telling me he was working with someone that was from Chile, and every time he would speak, he goes, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. So apparently Chilean Spanish is like the Scottish Spanish of all the other countries. Yeah. So they actually have the hardest accent. It's actually a known thing in Latin and Central America to have the hardest Spanish accent to understand. Yeah. Even Spanish speakers are going, huh?
Well, you probably get confused as all those nationalities, right? Like me. People have come up to me and be like, are you Chilean? And I'm like, no. And they're like,
what are you, by the way?
Sri Lankan.
Whoa, no shit. I never would have picked that, eh? Holy
and a lot of people will go, like, which one of your parents? Both of them. Both of them Sri Lankan. Like, they think that I'm like mixed, but I'm not.
They say the same shit about me, man. And it's almost like depending on what mood I'm in, it can come across like it offends me. Like, you know what I mean? Because they're like, what's your background, bro? And are you like South American or something like that? I'm like, no. And they go, oh, so are you Polynesian or I'm like, no, like Portuguese. And he goes, and then they're like, really? Both parents? I'm like, yes. Like, what, you think like one side Portuguese and the other Polynesian? Like,
well, I had a girl come up to me at a gig a couple of years ago now, this Spanish chick.
Yeah, right.
She comes up and she's like, ¿habla español? And I was like, sí, pero solo un poquito.
So you did help me, case, bro.
So I had it ready.
Yeah.
And she was like, are you Spanish? I was like, nah. And she's like, where are you from? And I go, Sri Lanka. And she goes,
oh, wow.
And walks off.
Really? Wow.
I was like, damn, all right, cool.
Bro, I swear, like, I can't help but feel like certain certain ethnicities out there have a talent for just picking up languages. Yeah. And like Sri Lankan, Nigerian, India, countries that have a lot of languages in the country usually can pick up languages so much more quicker.
My mum's learning Spanish, but she does it with like a Sri Lankan accent.
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah.
So it's funny when they like, Mum, it's first of all, you can't do a Spanish accent with a Sri Lankan accent. Speaking Spanish with it's Sri Lankan accent, it doesn't work. Second of all, learn what you're sorry, Mum, if you're watching this. Anyway, I hope this is all interesting to everyone watching at home, all 7 of you, about accents and things.
Hey, man, you got to start somewhere, cuz, you know what I mean?
So, like, so your writing process from when you started, so you had those jokes ready to go at an open mic, right? The first set was good enough. Then how do you go home from that and then start writing stuff for your next one? Like, what's the process?
I didn't really start writing until, like, I don't know when exactly, but it took me a while to actually like start writing things down. And as soon as I heard what stand-up comedy is about in terms of like what you're supposed to do, and like I'll be hanging around other comics, they're talking about writing and they're writing this and writing that. I'm like, I've never written down a joke, like, because my whole like perception of stand-up, like doing it was, okay, I've got this idea, let me get it out there. And like how I started was more like dot points more than anything. Like, I know what this is, I know what that is, and I know like how it's gonna go. But in terms of like writing a joke out or writing it on paper, like to me it was so foreign. And when I started doing it, it just felt so unnatural, like, because I've never done this before. Yeah. I'm writing like even I'll think about it, and I'm like, I'm writing down a joke. Like, is what I'm doing cringe? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't know. And I hated writing because I didn't know how to do it. Yeah. And I had this issue where, like, every time I would write, like, what I'm reading is not how I sound like. And that used to really, like, fucking piss me off.
Because your voice, you want to be able to sound like how you... Like, so you're writing down, but it's not coming down how you speak naturally. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Or like I'm not writing my persona like while I'm writing. It's just like it's almost. I feel like the best way to explain it is, like me talking like this, and like you know what I mean, and then me going to like remember in school how like we used to do English class. And it's like me talking like this and then having to write a fucking essay for like a English subject, and you sound completely different to how you actually sound. Like to me, that's what it felt like. It's like I was doing an essay on something, like versus me writing my thoughts down on exactly how I think and how I speak. Yeah. And to be honest, I think it's only the last 2 years where I'm actually like, what I'm writing is actually how I sound like and how I think and stuff like that. I'm like, oh. And I'm doing almost word for word, and I put that on stage. I'm like, oh, it's actually working now. Yeah. And it's actually starting to translate, but it took such a long time to get there. But I hated writing. Yeah, I mean, that's how I started with over the top writing. As in writing down, not even really to find my voice, but just writing down ideas. Yeah. Because I couldn't handle the idea of getting on stage for the first time and bombing. Yeah. So this is why I started at 39 instead of 19. Yeah. It's because, I just didn't. I never thought that comedy was something that was like an achievable thing to do until I started doing it. Yeah. Not that I've achieved anything, but do you feel like you need to sort of continue your persona off stage around like the audience? You know what I mean? Well, I feel like I'm being me as it is. Yeah. So like I don't think it's so much like I get how some people might feel like that and feel conflicted because they'll go on stage and be a certain type, or it'll be an exaggerated version of themselves, and then as soon as they come off, say, oh, should I keep being what I was on stage? Like I understand that struggle, but for me, I don't think I really have that because I feel like I'm even on stage. Yeah, it's a little bit like of an exaggerated version, but it's also a lot of that is sort of me anyway. So I feel like it's not really. I don't really feel like I'm not being myself on and off. Yeah, good. So like, yeah. And then what's it like having people come up to you after people? Because I see people come up to you after shows a lot, especially at gong shows and stuff, and people asking to take photos. How have you felt that? It's still weird. Yeah. It is definitely still weird. Yeah. Like even like when I did that Kill Tony thing, like in America, and then like a few people because I was in Austin obviously when that happened, but I literally that following week or that next day or something, that's when like I had to fly to Miami or New York or whatever. So the clip didn't actually come out until I was in New York. Yeah. And so I didn't have the chance to still be in Austin and be like, oh, you're that dude. Or you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm in New York, and there's like people, like I'll go to an open mic, and like some comics as well as some crowd members, they're like, oh, you're that dude I just saw. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Oh, fuck, bro. Good. And I'm like, okay, like, because I'm not used to that. Yeah. And I can understand it being in America, but then when I came back to my local pub, just as a night out, me and some boys, like some dude at the bar was like, you're that dude from... Can I get a picture? Yeah, because it was like, I remember we've talked about it before, just at gigs here and there, but it was a quick process on the night. Like, how many people are waiting to go through the bucket pool thing? Fuck, man, close to 300, even more. Yeah, and then so you get pulled, and they're waiting sometimes weeks at a time, right? Like they're there, and so you come in on the day and get bucket pulled. Well, see, this thing, like anybody can sign up. Yeah. So it doesn't matter how much people are there. I think the most that's been there is like close to 400. Yeah. And like, there's people, the times of sign up sort of vary. Like some are like 4 o'clock. Some sign ups are 5. Some might be a little bit early because of the show or on like technical stuff that's going on, anything like that. It's usually like between 4 and 5:30 or something like that. There's people sitting outside from like 2 o'clock, and there's already a line, and it's like 2:30. Yeah. And you're like, Jesus, I better line up now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much people lining up. But the reason why they do it is no one wants to be hanging around for that long because they probably got shit to do. Yeah. So let me just line up quick, sign up. Then I can go do some shit. The show starts at, let's say, 7. So they've got this time to still do what they have to do. Yeah. Instead of, like, getting there late, and then you're still waiting there, and you have to, like, you know what I mean? It is quite exhausting, just fucking waiting.
And then so afterwards, was there, like, first of all, do you think people are there that are serious comedians, or do you think there's a lot of people there trying to get viral clips?
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
It's definitely a mixed bag.
Some bizarre characters as well, just trying to get seen.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot that I met where I'm just, like, internally just, like, shaking my head. I'm like, fuck, dude, really? There's not, I have to say, there's not a lot of, it's overflowing with comics. Like, it's so, like, oversaturated with it. And plus, Austin's popping, so, like, everybody's trying to come up there, you know?
Yeah.
And I just find that a lot of people that were there were just trying to get that viral clip.
Yeah.
And the fuck thing is, like, it's so true of life. Like the people who are genuinely chasing that career and want to make something out of it. I met these two people, right? I think they've been in the game roughly the same time, but like 5 or 6 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And they've been there a year, and they still haven't got up, and they've signed up every week.
Yeah.
So they've been to 52 Kill Tonys, and they have not been signed up.
And then how was the reaction when you get off stage with the other open micers that are there? Do you see them again? And is there any feedback?
Definitely,
like, congrats, how'd it go? Like,
oh yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, like, it was more. There was a lot of people that I met, not a lot of people who I would hang out with, and because I went there as a nobody, I'm pretty much starting at the bottom of the open mic scene.
Yeah.
So like places where you can just get up. Like, you know, it's not going to be the best quality of, like, not just show, also, like, comics-wise as well. But I'm not trying to throw shade on them, but just I'm starting at the bottom. So I became friends with, like, most people I became friends with were, like, a year in, a year and a bit, some 2, 3 max or something like that, you know. And the people who are, like, roughly around the same experience as me, because they're getting these pro gigs and stuff like that, I was, like, I was sort of looked at as in, like, who's this dude?
Yeah.
And because in their mind, they're like, I haven't heard him. Like, I haven't heard of him, and he's doing it for this long. I'm like, I don't think he's that good. That's probably, like, how they thought. So I didn't get to actually hang around people with the same, like, amount of experience as I did. So obviously, like, start from the bottom. But after my set, one of my mates, Dean, I think he's 2 years in, and he was like, dude, how'd it go? I was like, oh, well, apparently I got a fucking joke book. He goes, dude, what the fuck? I was like,
you got a big one?
Nah.
No, you got a little one?
I think he didn't give me one because I think I pissed him off at the start of the interview. You know what I mean?
Oh, because man, it was so because you like, you serious?
Yeah.
Hi, Bruno.
How you going, mate? You alright?
G'day. Where are you from?
Are you serious?
What?
He is Yahoo serious.
Bro, that is a...
Did you say it during your set?
Yes.
I miss a second every now and then. But yes.
Fair enough.
You got me.
No worries, so I just...
But the way you played that response was great because the audience laughed.
I know, yeah, thank they did.
Yeah. And he was like, and who was it? Joey DeRosa? Was it
Joe DeRosa.
Joe DeRosa, who was like, you're like, yeah, that's the weird thing. There's no Mexicans there. It's like, it's not weird at all.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny because like you held your own against them, and he called you a savage or something. It was like, but he was like complimenting you.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, and I didn't even, like, the worst part is where I didn't even know who they were, but I know they're big. That's the thing. And I remember while I was on the interview, Chris DiStefano.
Yeah.
Like, he asked me something, and I was like, what was that? And then he goes, who? And I was like, no, the dude in the middle. Like, I didn't even call him Chris. You know what I mean? What'd you say, Chris?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, wait, what did the dude in the middle say? And he's just like,
Yeah.
So, and even the whole joke book thing.
Yeah.
When I was watching the Kill Tony clips, I didn't watch enough to, like, understand the joke book thing and like, you know, all that shit.
It's almost better, I reckon.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because when I think Tony threw me the like joke book, and then I sort of didn't see it, and then it landed in like where the audience was, and then the audience member like threw it at me, and I was like, the f*** you just throw at me? And I picked it up, and then I balked him, and then I left, and then people were like, does this guy even know the show?
He doesn't know the comedians, he doesn't know the joke books.
Yeah, right. It was.
But it's like, I mean, it's almost forgivable because, as they said in the interview, like as you said, sorry, that you're Australian, so like maybe there was some forgiveness there for like not.
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like,
I mean,
it's all good. He doesn't know.
hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like they were impressed, and like you held your like. So I used to watch some of those interviews. I don't know. We're doing it a little bit in Perth here with the Gong Show and stuff. We started to introduce that post set interview thing, but like yours was one of the stronger ones that I've seen.
No, cheers, man.
And I don't think that we had met before that. I don't think so.
Nah, because that was 2023.
Yeah, right. I started 2024.
Okay.
I started in the industry. I started like literally a year ago last week. So, but no, it was great, man. You did a great job. And then, so what was it like? Were you like riding a high afterwards?
Oh, 100%,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I was like, as soon as I came back, they're like, dude, how'd it go? I was like, oh, no, got this little joke book. They were like, dude, that's awesome, bro. Like, how'd you feel that you went, you know? And the people that I became mates with, they were like really happy for me. And a few people I don't really talk to, they were like, yo, man, good shit, bro. You know, like genuinely, like I felt the genuineness from them. Like a lot of people that want to, it's one of those things where like a lot of the, not a lot, but from what I sort of gathered from it, the people that get on Kill Tony and their act isn't that strong and they're quite new, that's when most people sort of get a little bit bitter, where they're just like, Jesus, like this one. Yeah. When there's someone that's like 5 years in or even 3 years in, that's hilarious, that still hasn't got pulled yet. That's the frustration that I understand a lot of comics feel when they see these people going up. Because a lot of the people, because even I've seen like a lot of clips, like on IG, like the reels and stuff. I've seen a lot of people go on, and I've seen their act, and I know, like, I've seen them before, and I've also seen like really good acts over there, and they're still waiting. Yeah. So even when I see clips like pop up, I'm like, it's actually mostly new open micers, like rather than people who are like in the game for like 4 years, 5 years, like working comics, people who want to become working comics. So I think when they saw, like when people like found out how long I've been doing it, and I'm from Australia, I came all the way here, it was almost like a respect thing where they're like, oh, okay, at least someone that's not a year in that just came here just to do this.
Killed it, and then
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there was like that slight level of like respect that they had for me. They're like, nah, good shit, man. It's good you got on as well. Yeah. They're like, nah, cheers, man.
Yeah, that's cool. So, and then what about people back home? Like, what was it like as soon as I imagine everyone in the comedy clubs would be running up to you.
Not really, man. Because Kill Tony is one of those things, unfortunately, like, as I can understand as a room booker, like, you did a minute. Yeah, yeah. Can you do 10? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's not really, like, at the same time, I did get a gig, a few gigs when I came back, and from people that I haven't got booked before, and like which was nice because they booked me again for like a gig that I did, I think it was last week. So it did get some type of like opportunities, but aside from that, they
post did Kill Tony themselves post clips of you?
No, so like once it came out, like there was this page that hit me up called Talks of the Town. I don't know if you've seen that. And they hit me up and go, hey, I saw your clip on thing. Would you like to collab? I can do the thing, all this type of stuff. I was like, yeah, bro, no worries. Cool. Just tag me in it. He was like, sweet. And then he edited it and shit. And then I got like from that I got like 79 followers. Yeah. I was like, what the f-? Like just from something like that, which is a lot when you think about it.
But like Kill Tony has like started a lot of comedians. Not I wouldn't say careers, but
in a way it did. Yeah.
In a way, because like now I'm seeing I was watching it pretty regularly, and then I'm like, okay, I can't watch every episode.
Yeah, of course.
But I'd see some people come on for the first time, and now like 3 months later, they're running their own podcast, and they've got like and they're getting
a bit of traction.
Yeah, they're getting some notoriety. They're recognized from it. So it's like it's cool that the clips are going, and it's great.
100%. And like I've got the guy's name, but like the black dude that has the hat to the side, and he has like a little bit of a like fro. I've got his name.
D something.
I'm not sure, but he has a joke where he goes, "I'm not autistic, but I fuck with rocks."
Oh yes, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. That dude's killing it.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Genuinely killing it. So
Yeah.
it's good to see those examples.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Is where he he got the traction, but he still also put his head down and kept working.
Yeah.
So,
And he's because now he's doing like Madison Square Garden with Kill Tony. Like
you
he's,
see what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild to know that you can. It's wild to know that could be a payoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't know a lot of comedians that are in it to be famous, right?
Mm.
In terms of like I do acting as well. I'm not in it to be famous. I don't want to be known.
Yeah.
It's all like anyone really in a creative industry like this. It's like you're not doing it because you want to be photographed by TMZ. It's
Yeah.
because you enjoy the art of it, the craft of it. Acting is the same thing. It's like you talk to. I teach acting as well, and I ask my students like, "What do you want? Why do you want to be an actor?" And they're like, "I just want to play characters." Like, and that's their motivation behind it. Anyone that says like, "Because I want to be famous, I want to be a millionaire," I'm like, "Well, you're not really gonna. You're not in it for the right reason. You could make it."
Well, see, this is the thing, right? And like, I understand exactly like where you're coming from in terms of the arts and stuff. This is the thing, though. Like, at the end of the day, everybody, I feel like I sort of came to a point, like getting to know so many different types of comics, and even in America, here as well, on stuff of that. Everybody's got different intentions. A lot of people's intentions may align in terms of, you know, like doing it for the arts and doing it because this is something that you want to do. And in a way, you can call it righteous reasons, right? At the same time, there's a lot more other people that are doing it for unrighteous reasons. But that's also something that we need to understand and go, like, it used to make me bitter, like when I would see people knowing what their intentions was based on how they move. But it sort of comes to a point where you're like, it doesn't matter what intention that you have, as long as you're funny. As long as you're good at what you do, like, it is what it is. Because some people in it for the women, for the fame, for some just want to do the arts. But at the end of the day, to me, it comes down to, are you funny and are you original? Yeah. That's my thing anyway, you know.
So then what would you, like, are you happy with how you performed to Kill Tony? Was there anything that you would do differently?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like, it's, there's a lot that I would have done different, but it's just that, considering the night, because usually, like, I had what I want, like, I knew what I wanted to say for that 1 minute. And when I got called, because you get called at the pub from across the street. So, like, when I got called, there was a person that got called before me. And I just ordered my beer, and I was like, fuck, I better down it now, you know. And as soon as they call you, there's people waiting outside the pub to see, like, to take you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Bruno. He goes, okay, sweet, come this way. And we go to the side. And I had, like, a little bum bag or whatever. And the guy in front of me, he was getting searched, but he was taking fucking ages and didn't even have a bum bag. And what the fuck's this so retarded for? Like, doesn't even empty your pockets, you kid. Like, you know what I mean? And he's taking ages, and I'm starting to stress out because, like, it's been a few minutes. And I say to the dude, I'm like, oh, man, like, am I going to be all good? Because it's taking the piss, man. It's taking ages. He goes, don't even worry about it, bro. He got called first, so I'm pretty sure it should be all good. I was like, all right. And then some lady runs downstairs and goes, Bruno, you're on, hurry up. I was like, what the So I pretty much threw my bum bag at this poor dude and emptied out all my pockets, and he just like, like a little like metal thing. He was like, just go ahead. I was like, all right. And I'm running upstairs, and I hear my name being called, but when I saw the clip, that was the 4th time he called me. So when the lady ran down, I already got called. Yeah. So by the time I ran up there, I'm hearing my name for the first time, but it's actually the 4th time.
Yeah. And they just edit it.
No,
they just cut it. No, they don't.
No. Like, so in the actual clip of the full episode, like, you see him calling me like quite a few times. Yeah. And as I fucking run up, I look to my right because the curtains are to the left. I look to my right. There's a whole bunch of comics just waiting. Yeah. So they've been called. Yeah. But they're waiting.
So they've been called, but then he actually pulled your name out first?
So it's like a pool. It's like a, best way to explain it, it is a random pull, but at the same time, it's like they pull it, and then he goes to the producer that comes to him and go, oh, get this person next. Yeah. So my name probably would have already got pulled. But he probably wanted to see me like then and there. So it was like a technical fuck up. I don't know what exactly the fuck fuck up was, but there was some type of fuck up.
Yeah.
So I didn't even get a chance to know what I was like. It's almost like as soon as I got there, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna do because I'm stressing.
So how I thought it might be is that it's like a bucket pool within a bucket pool.
Yeah,
right?
in a way.
So it's like there's 300 people back, and then there's a bucket pool for say 12 people, and then that 12 people is now what he actually does the bucket pool from, and then you're all the 12 people that are waiting. That's how I imagined it was.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It is like that.
Yeah.
Like, know what I mean? So, because as soon as I got to the curtains of the stage, like just before, like I walked out, bro, there's like a whole bunch of comics just waiting. Like, know what I mean? Like against the wall, and there's like 6 of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to fucking wait too. What the fuck's this shit? You know what I mean? There's me running up.
How's the adrenaline? Were you pumped?
Oh, bro, I was puffed.
Yeah.
So a bit of adrenaline in there. But also, like, I didn't realize how many people there were
How many people in the audience? Because I never really see.
To be honest, man, I don't want to do inaccurate numbers.
Yeah.
From what I could see, it was like, I'm pretty sure there's more than 200.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
And look, man, the reactions were great. Like you held your own. Yeah.
The interview was better than the set. You know what I mean?
I think the set was good. I think the interview just made it look like you were like on their level in terms of you were holding your own. You weren't letting them sort of talk down to you.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Because they try and shake you.
Yeah, bro.
And then if you can withstand that, then they're like hats off.
Yeah, bro.
I think we're nearly out of time. So what's
shit.
what's next, brother? Like what's the Netflix title called?
Oh, come on, let's not go that far, bro. You know what I mean? I am hoping to do a Fringe show for next year.
Yeah, cool.
But still got to put it together and stuff like that. So it might not be next year, might be the following year. But aside from that,
Still just gigging around the place.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
Just see me around. I have a few gigs booked, but I got to go on my calendar for that one. So like, maybe in the link when you post it.
Yeah. Normally, what I'll do is I'll post a link to your social media right here.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah. Actually, yeah. So like, just check that out, and then like, I've got a few more coming this month. So.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Bruno. It's a pleasure, mate. We'll do a drinking one. I think we'll get a couple of people on, and
I'll definitely be keen to that.
We'll do an evening where you, me, and a couple of other comics will get together and make use of this.
Yeah, we definitely got to
drinks
use that
bar.
Yeah,
it's topped up, so I need to get into it.
Well, at this point, it's just display.
It's display at the moment, but
we're gonna change that.
We'll change it. Thank you. See you next time.
Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate you.